What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Ajummah, Young Ajummah here, and I am back with a new video. Now today, you'll see me talking with singer-songwriter Kali Nicole, who has recently released her song Sweet and Savage with Villain. That's right, a hero named Villain. So let's check out how she got started with music, how she came up with the concept of Sweet and Savage, and what she's up to next. Talk to me about why you chose music as your profession. Like, how did you get started with it?
Well, I kind of just grew up in an environment where music was always around me. So it was definitely very natural of me to gravitate towards it. And I've always just felt connected to it. I did grow up in a church, my family, we had a church, and I would lead like the worship dances and praises and stuff.
Right.
So I was singing ever since I was very little, and it stuck with me and never left,
Right.
And then, but I wasn't always a songwriter. I started songwriting when I was about like 13 years old.
Okay.
And I would say that my gift for it really took off when I was maybe about like 10 or 15.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had a lot of experiences, whether it was like close relationships or like friends or I'm not friends with anymore.
Right.
Stuff like that really just, impacted that to where it's like, that's where the song actually I had called Stay True came from.
Okay.
But I kind of just like gravitated towards the writing side of it.
Okay. So you said the songwriting came later. How did you get into the songwriting aspect of being a musician?
So my brother, he's actually an artist. His name is Vanessa Cobain. He's done a lot. He's very, very talented. So you got to check him out and, look into him. So he actually, to me, was kind of like a great model and guide of how to do it. And because he was an awesome songwriter. He wrote all of this stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when I actually started recording music, where I did it publicly, because, dancing and singing in the church is different from writing a song, going to the studio, and then performing at like public functions.
Right.
That came around when I was like 11 or 12.
Okay.
And my brother was helping write. He was writing most of it. Because I was so young, I didn't know how to songwrite. I was like, okay, let's just see. I knew I loved to sing and dance, so we were just doing it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, my mom was like, Kali, like when you get older, do you want to say that other people are writing your own things? Or do you want to be in charge? Do you want to say that you write your own music?
Right. Okay.
I was like, yeah. And, I still am, but very huge fan of Demi Lovato. And that girl was songwriting.
Yes, she is.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I definitely want to be like her. Like I want to be able to songwrite and write my music and pour my heart out onto the paper. Okay. And then record it and see it just come to life. So that's how I kind of just started practicing. I listened to beats online. Beats online is perfect practice. Like if you're definitely new to the game, you can either like Google some beats, some instrumentals, and just see how you vibe with it and just start practicing writing.
Okay. So when you have like, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write this song. Do you already have like some beats in mind, or do you write the song first and then you try to find like the proper background music to go to it?
Well, I do a couple different things. It kind of just depends on what I did at that moment.
Right.
Because sometimes an idea just comes to me and then I'll just like write it in my notes and be like, okay, I have to do something with it, like a concept, or it's kind of how I wrote Sweet and Savage.
Okay.
Savage, I came up with the concept of being sweet and savage because we do have that two-dimensional kind of thing to our character. We can be sweet, loving, caring. You make us upset.
I know.
You know what I mean? And that's for everybody,
Right.
And you can get upset, you can be mad, and that's kind of the savage part.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I was like, yo, dope concept. Let me book it down. And then I brought it back up, and then I kind of got the instrumental from a great producer, and then from there. Or I'll write a song by just hearing the beat first. Right. And then I'll like sing harmonies and melodies and see, because it's really good to pick a beat that your natural, like your voice goes well with, because some beats doesn't fit you like it would fit another artist. You definitely do have to be in control of your brand, your voice, and who you are and what you stand for. And it's okay if you don't know it right off the bat. You kind of just gotta lay it all out and just see what fits for you and what avenue that you want to go into.
Nice. Okay. So let's talk more about Sweet and Savage. Tell me, how did that even come about?
Okay. So the song, I originally wrote it back in like 2019. So it's been in my pocket for a while. And I kind of just had it. It wasn't fully completed because that was one of the hardest songs for me to write. I don't know why, but it was. There's like some beats are more difficult than others.
Okay.
And it's a fire banging beat. I want to take my time and I want to be very careful to make sure everything definitely jives, the right way, vibes right, the entire way through. So I definitely took my time and I was careful. So that could, so I guess that's essentially why it was so hard to write,
Okay.
So I had it since 2019. I knew that last year in 2020 is actually when it was intended to be released. So much happened last year that it just like halted the process. Sure. So it really was supposed to come out last year. But I had went back to the studio and I, touched up on it. And I was like, you know what? I'm ready to release the song. And I was just like, I want it to be a collaboration. Like I was just dead set, what? I want this to be a collaboration. And then it's like, okay, then I thought, who do I want to work with?
Right. That would be my next question. Like, who?
Who do I want to work with?
Right.
And the one and the only Villain came to mind. Okay. Hero named Villain.
Yeah.
Came to mind. I've always been a big fan of his music. I respect and appreciate his artistry. Like, he is such a talent, I think, beyond this time. Like, he's just, and his voice. Yeah. Out of this world. He's so incredible. And I've been wanting to work with him for years. So when I thought, okay, and this is technically my first collaboration, aside from working with my brother, do those songs together, this is my first collaboration, outside of that. Sure. So I was like, let me pick someone that I know that I really, really wanted to work with. And the opportunity came. He loved the record. Nice. I was like, hey, I can't wait. Like I am okay. Like he was feeling the record. Have him in the music video. Like we tried to work it out on both ends. Right. But so much happened last year. Yeah. We just, had to collectively decide that I have to proceed with it on my end.
Sure. Yeah. So let's talk about that, because like I was telling you before I hit record, especially the outside scenes of Sweet and Savage were just amazing with like the butterflies and like the background foliage. The concepts of it.
Yes, thank you. Well, I do want to first start out by saying that there is a behind the scenes coming out. Okay. I plan to release that on April 15th, so you guys look for it. I definitely went into detail of like the whole concept and everything like that too. Right. So you can kind of see, where we were going with it and how like we were tying Villain into the music video. Right. Especially if you didn't catch it, you can definitely watch behind the scenes too. Okay. And then you can also see how it was shot too, and how we went from frame to frame. And just the whole thing, and then us just having fun out there. But yeah, to answer your question, with how I kind of did this with the pandemic and everything. Yeah. Definitely we followed all protocols and safety measures, things like that. And while we were filming on set, and then none of the people that we had. But I did sit down with Dream Scope Films, their production company. So shout out to Zach Kessler.
Okay, shout out.
Yes, and so he directed it, and it's his production company, and I creative directed it. So I was involved in the whole process, the concept. We worked on it together. I went to him, and I knew from the gate that I wanted the personalities to really come forth. So I wanted Sweet and the Savage to kind of almost have like a life of their own, and for you to be able to see the transition throughout the music video from going from that Swedish loving personality and slowly see it transition until the other character. Which
would be like maybe one of your favorite songs that maybe you've written or that you've sang, like even before you started doing songwriting? Can you think of one?
Yes. And the reason why, because it's always the newest song that I've put out. Okay. Right now, it's Sweet and Savage. Because, people were always evolving. I'm not the same as I was when I was,
right.
9, 10, until now. So it's like, we're always evolving as people. And I feel like your most recent work is the truest you of that.
So let's talk about the genre of Sweet and Savage, because like I was on your website, I was snooping around, and you said that your style is kind of like pop and R&B intertwined with EDM. How did you come to that decision to make that type of music?
Well, as an artist, I consider myself very versatile. And I never like to put myself in one box or one category.
Right.
Because if I, hear a beat from a producer, it can literally be any genre. And if I love it and like it, I'll work with it.
Okay.
Now, naturally, I've gravitated towards like pop, R&B, and like EDM.
Right.
Ooh, EDM. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like, so that's why, I said pop, R&B with EDM sounds, because it's so versatile, and those are just like the main three that I kind of like put up there, but I never like to put myself in a box.
Sure.
It could be a freaking country beat.
No, not country western.
So, just for example, like it can be anything, and it's just like I have so many songs in my catalog that people will be surprised that I haven't even released yet.
Right.
So basically, I'm like, this is what you'll get from me. You'll get from me almost all these different genres if you stick around.
Nice. Okay. Well, any plans to release those songs that you have?
Yes. Well, I do. I'm working on another single currently.
Okay.
So I have possibly another collab.
Oh.
That's coming that I think people are going to be excited about. Well, I know they'll be excited about. So I'm currently working on that, and right now we're kind of just mapping out. Okay, we want to release that. It's just all about planning how we want to actually do it and lay the groundwork for it. So
we've been talking about Kali Nicole, the musician. Let's talk about the person. Say we're not doing music. What would you do on a normal day where you don't have to go to the studio, you're not writing, you're just chilling? What do you
on a normal day, the rest thing that I'll do is I like to catch up on all my shows, all of my shows.
Okay.
The girl be behind. So I'd be like, binge watching seasons. Okay. First of all, I love my anime. Okay?
Yes, nice.
So I've even rewatched all of Naruto. I've just seen Naruto so many times. I've rewatched Naruto, Naruto Shippuden, and I'm all the way into watching Boruto. Okay.
Wow.
I used to draw anime. That's a little hidden talent somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever thought about designing the cover art for the future EP or for your singles?
Yeah, I've thought about that. I've drawn on paper and things like that, but it's slightly different than digital drawing.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm not really in that aspect of it. I'm literally drawing my design, and honestly, I don't really know how that would work.
Right.
I'm drawing from a paper. I don't know. Maybe I draw it and then hire a graphic designer. Maybe they copy it. Yeah. Maybe I'll do something like that.
So jumping back to music, but this time, as I was reading the comments, people were like, this is amazing. You're so inspiring. So my question to you now is, who are your musical inspirations?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have a lot, and we'd be here all the way until next year sometime.
Wow. Okay.
I'll give you a few.
Okay.
I love Demi Lovato. I love all these people I'm about to name. But I love Demi Lovato, Jessie J, Sia. I find myself gravitating towards powerhouse voices.
Okay.
I love BTS. I love so much. And just seeing how they broke into this market. And I just there's not many people doing stadiums like them.
Right.
Okay?
That is true.
Credit is due. Those boys are at the top of their career and in their prime. And they're so insanely talented, okay? They got me over here learning Korean. They got me genuinely wanting to just even more embrace the culture and just learn so much more about them. I just feel like they opened our eyes and our lenses to so much. And their music is amazing. And I jam to them like I jam to Beyonce.
Nice.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They're just so talented, like whether it's English, Korean, or whatever.
So for people who just heard Sweet and Savage, they're interested in getting to know more about Kali Nicole, what song would you recommend for them? Because you do have a few on YouTube and you do have your other song on Spotify. Yeah. So which one do you think you would like check this song out?
Well, Sweet and Savage right now. Sweet and Savage
just play it on repeat.
play that on repeat.
Yes.
Or yeah, Sweet and Savage, like I said, is most authentic to myself right now. Okay. I'm very, very happy, you know, with it. And now I'm setting a new goal, so 100K. Okay. So definitely stream it over and over, repeat.
Right.
But for a few other songs too, I say check out Stay True. It's another dear one to my heart. I love that song.
Right.
And let's see, Sound of Love is another one. I checked that out on my website, and also and Light It Up. I like those.
Okay, well, those pretty much it. So please drop all your social media links and just let everybody know where they can reach out to you. I'll be sure to put it like in the description box as well.
Okay, perfect. So you guys, if you want to connect, follow me and get to know me. You know, I don't bite. You know what I mean? I always love talking and speaking to everyone that supports me. So follow me on Instagram, Twitter, reach out to me, DM, hit up the girl, comment, you know, at I'm Kali Nicole. You can also go to my website, KaliNicoleMusic.com, check out, you know, some of those songs that I did just mention. And also you can comment on the website too. I have a Kali Flower section. So if you
nice.
Comment with any messages or anything like that. I like to call my supporters Kali Flowers.
That's really nice. I like that.
Because I think of it like music can nurture and grow you. And I always put out good music that people can either relate to or gravitate towards. It's like, you know, it's a piece of me.
Right.
And how I love to explain it is like, imagine if you got like these seeds or like flower buds in the ground. And then I'm just like watering them with my music. Help them grow and flourish into the future.
That is beautiful. I like that a lot. Kali's Flowers. Yes, that's great. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me and discuss Sweet and Savage. Everyone, please go listen to it multiple times. It is amazing.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You're going to have to come back when you drop your EP, okay?
Yes, let's do it.
All right.